Greetings, I am Empress Golding and welcome to the Jamaica Environment Trust training video for International Coastal Cleanup Day site coordinators. We have produced this video so that you, our site coordinators, can get familiar with the various procedures for International Coastal Cleanup Day or ICCD. By the end of this video, you should be clear and confident on how to run a beach cleanup at your selected sites on ICCD. International Coastal Cleanup Day is observed every year on the third Saturday in September. ICC was started in 1985 by the Ocean Conservancy in Texas, USA. As National Coordinator of Jamaica's ICC activities, the Jamaica Environment Trust, or JET, works with the Ocean Conservancy to coordinate cleanup activities on a local scale with the help of many different partners from across the island. That's all of you! And we're so excited! As an ICC site coordinator, you will take a lead role on the front line of one of the world's most preventable problems, garbage in our oceans. Together, you will recruit like-minded volunteers to help you coordinate and carry out beach cleanups. Now, let's go through the steps you should take to plan your cleanup. Before the cleanup, you will need to visit and assess the cleanup sites you have selected to ensure they are safe and accessible. You may want to do this multiple times depending on the size of your site. These visits are important to identify the limits of your site, get any permissions you may need, and work out any logistical matters. You should also visit the sites very close to the cleanup day to ensure nothing has changed. Cleanups are not possible without volunteers. As site coordinators, you will need to identify and recruit volunteers for your cleanup. Service clubs, schools, and local businesses are a good place to find volunteers. And remember, if you are targeting primary-age children, they will need a lot of adult supervision. There's a couple of things you will need to coordinate for your volunteers before the cleanup. Garbage bags and heavy-duty gloves. You see me? You hear me? Drinking water throughout the day, restrooms, and somewhere for volunteers to wash their hands. Hear me now. First aid and emergency services. And if you choose to provide snacks for volunteers, ensure they are served in biodegradable packaging. Transportation for your volunteers should also be considered. How will your volunteers get to the site? Are there options for public transportation? Will you provide a shuttle? Is it close enough for them to walk? You should provide directions to the site or have a central meeting point so volunteers can travel to the cleanup site together. Some items you should advise volunteers to bring to the cleanup are 1. A reusable water bottle. 2. A waste pouch for personal items such as medication and money. 3. Sunscreen and a hat. 4. Comfortable shoes or sneakers. 5. A snack. And 6. Any equipment you are unable to provide or may be short of. Example, gloves and garbage bags. One of your most important roles as a site coordinator is to arrange for the garbage you collected to be removed at the end of the cleanup. Contact the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, before your cleanup to determine if and when they will collect your garbage. Another important and most important aspect of beach cleanup efforts in Jamaica and around the world is that we collect data. It is important for us to collect data because it identifies the activities and general sources of pollution, and data can be used for pollution prevention efforts and to influence legislation. Data also promotes public awareness and education. The data cards you have been provided with are used internationally on ICCD. They are a survey tool to show activities producing garbage and their source. Now we will go through the data cards. There are two different kinds of data cards, the volunteer card and a coordinator card. These cards are categorized by types of garbage. The volunteer card captures data on the types and quantities of garbage your volunteers pick up on ICCD. You will need one volunteer card for every 4 to 6 volunteers you expect at the cleanup. Example, if you expect 20 volunteers, you will need about 4 cards. 50 volunteers, about 10 cards, and so on. Each team of 4 to 6 volunteers should have someone recording the data on this card, a data recorder. That's what they're called. Each item of garbage should be recorded on the card by the data recorder using strokes to tally. At the end of the cleanup, tallies are totaled in boxes next to each type of garbage listed on the card. At the bottom of the card, you should also include the number of garbage bags you have filled and estimate their weight. On average, one full garbage bag weighs 15 pounds. The other type of data card is the coordinator card, which is used by you, the site coordinator, to summarize the data collected on the volunteer cards at your cleanup on ICC Day. You will need one coordinator card per site. Once you have familiarized yourself with the data cards, you are now ready to train your volunteers. For large groups, you may want to assign team leaders before the cleanup day to make the training of volunteers easier. You can use this opportunity to advise volunteers of anything they need to bring along with them to the cleanup. Now you are ready for your ICC Day. Here are a few things to consider. You need a central location for volunteer registration and equipment pickup. Set up a water station and remind the team to stay hydrated using reusable bottles. Assign cleanup teams and roles. And finally, you should go through the data card instructions with volunteers where necessary. Cleanup teams should be divided into groups of 4 to 6 people. Each group should be issued one data card on which to record their data. You can assign or ask groups to assign a group leader. Volunteers can rotate roles throughout the day. Tasks should be assigned as follows: 1 data recorder, 2 garbage collectors, and 2 garbage bag holders. Make sure volunteers know beach cleanup do's and don'ts. Cleanup do's. Do stay hydrated and wear sunscreen. Do wear gloves to protect yourself while you collect garbage. Do record all data on what you collect. Clean up don'ts. Don't fill garbage bags so that they are too heavy to be carried. Also allow enough space to tie the bag shut. Don't drag garbage bags on the sand or put heavy things in bags, as they will tear. Don't use rakes on the beach, as it disturbs the natural environment. Don't step on beach vegetation. Don't remove anything from the beach except garbage. All right, now we have our do's and don'ts. After your cleanup, you are responsible for ensuring all garbage is collected from the cleanup and taken to a legal dump site. A list of legal dump sites is available on the JET website. Please ensure that you contact your NSWMA Regional Operations Manager to arrange garbage collection from your cleanup site. If NSWMA is unable to collect the garbage, you must make the necessary arrangements to have it removed. After the cleanup, all data cards must be returned to JET by the end of September. The main responsibility of an ICC coordinator is to run a safe and positive beach cleanup experience that volunteers will return to every year. Congratulations! You are now a part of the largest one-day volunteer event in the world. A day at the beach makes a world of difference. See you at the next cleanup.